G'day people, I'm Monsterdad. Welcome back to Space Engineers Single Player Survival. Just testing the systems. Cool. Did a little bit of work off camera. Last episode we'd started designing these bunkers, and as I mentioned, I wanted to make a dual bunker system whereby there were two Gatlings with each bunker. When we completed that side of it last time, I've since completed the antenna and blown out a hole down here and added this one, so pretty much identical. Well, pretty much, it's exactly identical to this one over here. So this episode, what I want to do is get the timing right for them, because they're coming out a bit slow. Put some lighting, make it a bit more interesting to look at instead of just ugly square boxes. Got to be a little bit careful with that though, because I still need the Gatling to have a 360 field of view. So I can probably afford to come up one more block with the decor on this one, on these, without having to raise the piston. Let me just see if I've got space to raise the piston. So I've named it, so I can go into the terminal remotely, and let's set it to peace mode. So they both retract. There's still just two timers down there. I've just set up both systems to work with those two timers. So let's see what space. Oh, yeah, I forgot the hangars would close. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'd be able to raise that by one or not. We might be able to. Problem is when it does this, I don't want it colliding with the hangar doors. Yeah. Okay, let's Shift K and open up these hangar doors. Here they go. So what I'd like to do, the lights in here, maybe put some red lighting in here, which will switch on as part of the timer when it goes to action, and switch off as part of the timer when it goes to peace. Yeah, so that'd be, I think, quite a nice little visual. But first of all, let's try and do something with the outside of this. First and foremost, this one's probably easier to get to because it's a little bit higher, a bit more elevated. Dink dink. Right, so let's get some shapes. Is there any other blocks we can use? Possibly. Let's get a basic shape on first. We may be able to do something with some other stuff. Oops, wrong button. Start with the top and work our way down. So we'll leave these extended at the moment, so we've got a visual cue to work on. So the sort of thing I was thinking of was, let me just put something down. These are three, aren't they? Yeah, so we could sort of build on that three. No, we need something to go down over the side. Could work. It could work. Would that look odd? Yeah, I think it would. I don't think we're necessarily going to be able to make them, this top area, rounded. And we probably are better off going with the same kind of ribbing theme that we have down there on those buildings and on the vehicles. Yeah, might work. Let me just try a couple of things. Trial and error, that's what it's all about. Let's pop that there. So I don't mind covering over the hangar doors. Yeah, oh no, we're not going to be able to put anything there because the hitbox of the Gatling. We're probably not going to be able to raise the piston again either. If we could safely raise the piston by 1, it probably wouldn't be too bad, because we could then bring a block out to here and cover these. But we could... just thinking. Let's try a couple of things. So we do that. Ideally what we'd want is a square block there, but we can put that there. Okay. Ideal. I think I'd want to cover these hangar doors completely though. Let's just work on this side. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we've got an odd number, which is always useful. So if we take these apart, now let's grab number 5. Okay, so maybe we go for something a little what I'll try and do is get them both to sort of bend, you know, come angled downwards like this, but I want these three to be out further, so a bit of ribbing, and I think I can do it perhaps like this. And then what we can do there is go with the thinner one, and then a half block down to the ground, and then here we can just go with the full block down to the ground. Let's let Bob build that one and we'll see how that's going. So they need to look fortified. But I want them slightly rounded at least, but I also don't want to block too much of the field of fire of the Gatling. I'm hoping this won't interfere with it. It shouldn't do, because the likelihood is it will be firing slightly upwards anyway. But yeah, so that's nice curved there, and then that ribbing there. I'm wondering whether actually these should be half blocks into here. We'll see when it's done. But so far it's sort of looking okay. And we'll do slightly different shades of colour on these just to emphasise the ribbing. So what we could do, we should be able to get that large ribbing across this way. Yeah, so, and then it was a little something something here. So that there, and the question is, what are we going to do with the corners? So we could still do that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we've got an even number along here, haven't we? Oh, that's annoying. The problem we got is the hangar doors need to be, the back of the hangar door needs to be attached to something, so we can't even remove that. I have to go down and top up my hydrogen shortly. Okay. I think we'll leave this side to the end. Might have to work on that. Think about it. Otherwise, or just, you know, satisfy ourselves with the fact that it's going to be slightly different than this side. And in general, this is the side we're going to see. We're not really going to be looking at this side of it, so we could get away with it. I'm going to go and top up my hydrogen. Hopefully without smashing into something and dying. I can get through. I could probably do with adding a small H2O2 generator onto the mobile constructor. And I won't have to keep coming back to the base to top up. I guess that will make sense. I've probably got the components to build it, but I just don't have any ice on me. Next time I go down, I think I might pick some up. So do we have a block that can sit nicely in this corner, or do we do something slightly different with the actual corner? I'm tempted to do something slightly different with the corner. If we can. Do you know, maybe even as simply as add a slope in there. That might actually work. What do you think? Compared to what it was, it's certainly beginning to look a little bit better. A little bit more like a bunker. This bit here I'm not keen with. I think it should slope in slightly. I wonder if there's any way to do that without it looking odd. Let's try one of these. Oh, that'll work. Yeah. We'll go for that on the corner. So what do we have? We had those slopes down to there. Okay, let's put the ribbing in on this side. So we want 4 blocks there and there. They were half blocks there between those, and then was it those? I can't remember now. Oh no, it was a slope, wasn't it? So it's half blocks all the way. Oh no, it wasn't. It's a slope. And that one. Oh right, it's a half. Oh, I know what I did. Yeah. Okay, so is that there? So let's get these bits done. Boom, boom. And then there's a slope at the top of those. And then 4 blocks. Along here. Okay. Is that right? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So let's just go to there for now, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this corner. May have to change out these 2 circular blocks here for something. Why is that? Might look a bit odd. Oh, that's not what's supposed to be in there, is it? It's supposed to be one of those. Boom, boom. Boom and boom. Boom, bada boom. I'm not sure if there's a block's even going to fit there. May have to actually square that block off. Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do there without it looking odd. Okay. So how are we looking now? That's looking a bit more bunkerish, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now the question is, what on earth do we do with this side? I guess what we could do is just extend it out further. Unnecessary for the needs of the actual bunker, but at least it will look even. I don't think we've got much choice. I think we're going to have to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then that should... Oh, why doesn't that work? Have I done something wrong? So that line should be there. Oh, yeah, done it wrong. Oh yeah, because that corner there will be chopped off, won't it? Bob builds them, I take them down. Because they will be slopes. Okay, can't remember how far up that goes. I've got one more, doesn't it? Okay, so that should be there, there, and there. That will disappear. That's right. We got there eventually. Oh, has something gone wrong there? No, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the angle I'm looking at. Boom. Spin that around. Pop those into there. So we want little old half blocks in there. Those into there. Okay. Scoot on up. That's right, isn't it? Yep. Bada boom. Some slopey slopes into there. And back to our full blocks. Okay. And I'll cover up those hanger doors there. That goes to one there. That'll have to come all the way out to there, I think. Just to make that a nice even little space there. I'm thinking these edges would be nice and rounded, wouldn't they? Not necessarily rounded, but I don't think there's much we can do about that. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. So how does that look? That's getting somewhere. Boom. Bam. I'd really love to just extend that ribbing up slightly that way, but I'm just really concerned it's going to interfere with the line of sight of those Gatlings. Oh, we could put a half slope on it, couldn't we? How would that look? That could work. How are we going to do those? Boop, boop, boo. Let me just try something. You can see where I'm going with this one now. I'm just hoping that's not going to cover the field of fire with the Gatling. I guess we'll find out once we draw something to it, because my intention is to try and find something to bring back to this. We're going to have to send out the recon drone. The recon drone hasn't been used for a long time, so we could send out the recon drone, and I would say to scout in that direction until we find one of the enemy POIs that do actually have one of the antennas that spawn drones. Then we can just get the drones to follow the recon drone back to base, where we shall wait for it with our Gatlings in our bunkers. The main aspect to this design that bothers me is the fact that this is wider than this. But I really don't think there's much way around that, because I wanted the hangar doors in there, so kind of is what it is. But yeah, let's close that one up. In fact, no, let's get inside. Get some light in there. Seal up the inside as well. Excuse me. Now I'm not going to be able to put a block around the piston, otherwise it'll interfere with it. But really it's just a case of doing a bit of this. Oops. I mean, we don't need to close all this off, but I think just for aesthetics, when you look inside it, I think it needs to be done. Don't think there's much I can do about that bit. If I really wanted it flat, I could just put a conveyor block in it, and that would do it. Okay, I'll let Bob finish those off. So what I'm thinking of is getting a couple of lights in here. And hopefully I'll be able to place them here, even though the piston's here. I guess we'll find out in just a minute. Oops. Lights, that's what I'm after. So I just want the ordinary lights. Good. So basically what I want is a couple of lights maybe here and here. Let's go into these. Colour, I want them to be red. Radius, needs to be pretty good radius, I think. And pretty good intensity, because I want it to shine up out of there. Probably would have been better off. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to put them there because the hangar doors are in the way, aren't they? Oh no, they're not. I could have put it there. Do you know what? I think they need to be up one. So let's do that again. There. And there. Yeah, they should be fine now. So let's change the colour to red. Let's make them nice and bright so they shine out through the gap when the hangar doors are open. Why did I put them in this one? Is this one I've finished? It is, yeah. Is it? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was getting confused as to which hangar I was in. Okay, so red, nice big radius, all off up a bit, brighter intensity, and okay, let's shut these. Oops, pressing wrong buttons again. Right, let's pop those down. Definitely need to speed these Gatlings, these pistons up as well. I think retracting, they're fine, but they definitely need to extend faster. Yeah, that's about right, the timing for the peacetime status. Now what I want is the red glow to only come on when they're in action stations, so let's have a look at this again, and should only be 2 lights on this, but I group those lights. Lights, bunker, I think this is bunker 1A, this one. Okay, so time block there, setup actions. Right, let's turn those lights off for the moment. Okay, let's turn those off. So time block 1, setup actions will be groups. lights on, and then peacetime one, set up actions, groups, lights off. Okay, so let's, so the lights are off at the moment. Let's start this. Boom. Lights come on and they go into action mode. Cool, that's what I wanted. So when we're over in the control tower, we should see like a red glow from this when we set them off. Now the other thing I need to do is get that timer better. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll probably play around with the timer off camera. Because I think we're just about out of time on this episode. Oh yeah, that's what we're after. I'm really worried about the line of sight on that Gatling though, but we'll find out. I'll next episode, what I'll finish the other the left-hand bunker off camera, get the timing keyed in a bit better so that the pistons extend a little bit faster. Once we've done that, beginning of next episode, we'll get out with a recon drone and we will find an enemy POI that will spawn drones, and we'll bring 1 or 2 drones back over here. Then when we get here, we'll put these into action stations just as the drones are getting here and see what they do, and hopefully they'll be able to take them down without our bunker getting in the way of the line of sight. If they do, then that could be disastrous. What I might do as a safeguard is stick a Gatling on this and just switch it off. And if it turns out that these can't target the drones because I've built these blocking the line of sight, I can quickly switch on the Gatling on this, and we can take care of the drones that way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to testing them out, definitely. I look forward to getting them all around. So there's 2 more sets to build. What I might do actually is add some green lights on them as well. So in peace mode, the lights will turn green, so we can see from a distance, even if we can't spot whether the Gatling is just poking above, we'll be able to see by the fact that it's green that the Gatlings are parked underneath and the hangar doors are closed. So there'll be no confusion. Yeah, so I'll stick a couple of green lights on there as well. Cool. Okay. Well, another buildy episode. Hope you don't mind that. I enjoy getting these things tidied up. I'll play around with some of the shading on this one, and probably just give it the similar shading as we have on the main base there, with the darker ribbing on the outside, and that way we keep the same sort of theme that we have going around the base. Yeah, so from this sort of distance you can just see that there's a red light there, which is great. So if we see a green light, we know that the Gatlings are parked and it's in safe mode. Yeah, that's beginning to look good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Cool beans. Okay, right, I'm going to call an episode there. Thank you all for watching. I'm Monsterdad, and I'll see you all later. Bye!